Hey guys, welcome back. It's just an absolute gorgeous day. October 9th. It's like something like 65 degrees out. Love it. This time of year, I love the fall. Now, unfortunately, the trees, they have not been changing very fast. The leaves have been falling down, but still a lot of green up there. I'm not looking forward to raking all these leaves. It's going to take me probably 4 sessions of probably 2 or 3 hours raking leaves, putting them on a tarp, and then I take them out to the front of the driveway or in the road. I put them in the road because we have 2 times a year, we have a leaf service that come in and suck up all the leaves and put them in a big truck. It's part of the HOA fees that we pay for. Yeah, I just want to give you a life update. I just turned 45 and I had to do the colonoscopy. That is something they recommend doing, and the doctor recommended it, so I went ahead and scheduled it after I had watched a video from another YouTuber, Dapper Dev. He's kind of I call him sort of a red pill / real truth kind of content creator. I'm not a big fan of his red pill content, but he's got a few other videos that I do enjoy. In one of his videos, he simply said to all the men out there and the ladies, go out and get a colonoscopy. Schedule that thing out because life is too short. We've got long lives to live after 45, and I want to make sure my system is A-OK. Because one of the reasons why I did start this YouTube channel was I had a good friend of mine who was around my age, a little bit older. I think he was maybe 50. I had worked with him for 4-5 years. He was my project or product manager at my company, and I worked with him probably daily on Teams calls every day, talking about our product, back and forth, figuring things out. And he had battled colon cancer before he got on board our company. And I didn't know about it until his colon cancer he had thought he had beat it, but it had spread to his lungs. And then I had watched him go through chemotherapy, not watched him, but I had went through it with him. He was working the entire time. And I obviously learned a lot about the process and saw him kind of go through this struggle. And supposedly he had gotten rid of it after it spread to his lungs. And then, of course, it spread to his lymph nodes. This was the 3rd bout he had with cancer. And, of course, after that 3rd bout, it, didn't go his way, and he passed maybe 8 to 10 months ago. It was really hard working with him the last few months of his life, kind of hearing even his voice had changed, and just I could tell his demeanor had changed. But he was a fighter, man. This guy, he had 2 boys, a little bit older than my kids. And I saw that fight, and I realized life is too short, and you got to go get those things checked, guys. And I think he had even gotten it checked, but he had somehow gotten the cancer before that. So unfortunately, even at 45, it was too late for him to check that. So if you haven't done it, if you're 45 or above, go and schedule that. It doesn't take much. You call your hospital group, as long as you have insurance, tell them you want to do the preventative colon cancer screening and colonoscopy, get that done. The prep was not that bad as everyone says. I was kind of dreading it myself, but it really was only like a day and a half. And the thing I was dreading was getting put to sleep. I had never gone under anesthesia before, so I was kind of scared of that. I'd never gotten an IV as well, and it was kind of crazy. You get that IV, and then when the anesthesiologist does it, it's like 2 seconds later. I saw the little heart monitor thing in the operating room or whatever, the colonoscopy room, and I saw it getting blurry, and I told him, oh, I see it getting blurry, kind of falling asleep right then. And then you wake up, and then you're kind of groggy, and they tell you about the procedure, everything went well and whatnot. Now, good news is everything looked fine, and I'm good to go. They did find 1 polyp they took out But I have to come back 7 years later, and it is what it is. So normally it's a 10-year thing, but I guess I got to go back in 7. You know, no big deal. So get your screenings checked up, get your medical stuff checked out. You know, most of the people on my channel are probably in their 30s and 40s, maybe 50s. Make sure you guys maintain your health and your screenings, checkups, appointments, all that stuff, because life is too short. Like I said, my friend who passed, you know, great man, fought through tooth and nail, even went to like the experimental stuff towards the end. And I realized then I wanted to pass down the wisdom and guidance for my children after seeing what he went through and just knowing that life is short, you know. And yeah, I got to start thinking about maybe spending a little more time with my family on trips. I've been stacking coins for the last 25 years. You guys know this. Saving, obviously, my 6%, 10% at times, 12% for a few years. Now, I've gone back down. You know, I kind of only save 6% again because I don't really need to just get aggressive on my savings. I still save with my kids' college funds. That's still important to me, you know, leaving something behind for them. Generational wealth, bootstrapping them for college or whatever they decide to do with that money. You know, college isn't for everyone, and who knows what will happen in 8 years when AI is ubiquitous. We don't know if college will still be a thing. I think it will be, but obviously it'll be a little more targeted, I think, given AI. Obviously things change over time. But I've been just thinking about, you know, nearing retirement. I've only got like 15 years left to 60. And, you know, at 45, your life is kind of halfway over with. You know, how many of us are going to last to 90? Probably not that many of us. Do I think I'm going to last till 90? Maybe, you know, if I've got my health and maybe if I get exercising. I don't talk about that very much on the channel. I don't exercise very much. I walk. I go on walks. I do my YouTube walks. But, you know, is that going to help me last till 90? I don't know. But I got to live life. I got to live it up. I got to spend a little more money these days. Go on a few trips. You know, my wife's been bugging me about redoing the bathroom, but I keep saying to her, all right, maybe if we get a certain amount in our cash accounts, maybe I'll consider it. Then we'll start saving for that bathroom remodel that she wants. Because it's kind of an annoying thing. We bought this house and the shower, it's tiled, but the grout's all cracking up and there's even like growing some fungus on it and some mold, and I keep going in and scrubbing it, but it's just not enough, you know, and I feel kind of like it's like kind of scummy as far as like taking a shower there. I'd like to have a nice spa-like experience, and I think my wife would like that. So that's kind of a dream we have, and, you know, maybe in the next few years I'll fulfill that dream. Who knows? But yeah, it's just beautiful out. I wish we had this weather for the next couple months. I love this weather. I don't mind it staying warm in the fall this late, October 9th. It's kind of nice, you know, having that sun, blue sky, you know, here and there. It's nice. But yeah, as far as the channel go, you know, I'm kind of just going around all over the place, talk about stock market, red pill content, AI as well. Keep doing the walking and talking about that. I think it's still important. We got to keep talking about it. It's right around the corner, you know. Yeah, what else? I have been having fun on these live streams, just playing video games. I don't know if it's doing my audience a service as far as like kind of hanging out. You know, the first night I went live and there were a couple people that showed up, but I just don't think I have that many subscribers who want to watch me play video games, I guess. But it's hard to kind of come up and figure out what I want to talk about in a live stream. I am just not that comfortable with it. I'm more comfortable playing the games and kind of just shooting the shit, you know, while I play the games. I think maybe that's okay. Maybe you guys are okay with it. You guys let me know, you know, if that's kind of cool, if you have seen me in one of those live streams. But yeah, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, keep grinding, keep the videos coming. I'm going to try to accomplish the whole 2025 goal of posting a long form video every single day. I'm still on track to do so. It is getting hard. I mean, I've got some business trips scheduled. You know, when I did the colonoscopy this week, I had to pre-schedule all the videos, and you do have to batch videos and schedule them out a couple days in advance if you want to keep up on it. Like right now it's Thursday. This video is going to be released on Saturday because it's my Saturday vlog. That is one way to keep being consistent. If you want to post every day, is have kind of a show. That's what I've been doing. I've been doing the Friday ticker, the AI drop, throwback Thursdays, vlog Saturdays, and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is more of just whatever I want to do, kind of just walk and talk, maybe about a topic, whatever it is, saving money, red pill, whatever. I don't really want to get into the politics, man. It's just such a, politics it's such a dicey area, and everyone's just in their camp, Why even try to bother selling someone on the other side? It never works. I'm pretty neutral when it comes to politics. I think I could probably give a good take for people. I've got some interesting ideas in how to help the country from a middle position from my perspective. That's the position I would take, as more of a middle ground perspective. But I don't know if people really want to hear that. I think they just like to stay in their camps, whether it's on the left or on the right. They don't care for the middle. They never care about the middle. I don't know why. But you guys let me know if you do want me to kind of give you my ideas about where I think things are wrong in this country, where we could go. I think there is a middle ground somewhere. I think that's where people would love to go, but they just want to stay in their camps, unfortunately. But I don't know, there's so much politics out there as well. It's like, you can find that stuff. I'd rather stick with the finance, AI stuff. I think that not enough people talk about especially the AI stuff. I think the more times I talk about AI, the more I emphasize, be positioned for what's going to happen in the next 2 or 3 years. It's just exponential what we're seeing. And I'm not even really, I'm only on the cusp of it. I'm only talking about little tiny things here and there. There are people who are involved in this whole thing that know way more than I do. And obviously you can go search and find that stuff. But yeah, anyways, life is busy as well at 45. My 2 kids, 11 and 7. It's nonstop. I've got soccer tonight, dance tomorrow, dance Sunday, soccer games on Saturday. We are just nonstop in the fall and the spring. And I guess the time flies by, and you got to appreciate the times you have. The other day, my son woke up, and I was waking him up, and it was early in the morning. He didn't want to really wake up, and it was just nice. I kind of just sat there, rubbed his back, and just said, it's time to wake up, time to wake up. And I just appreciated, the blessing I have with having 2 kids. I know it's just short. They've only got, who knows how many years left living with me, but I know that the time I have is precious with them. Obviously, after my friend passed, I realized that even more so than I already did. And yeah. So anyways, hopefully things are going good for you guys. Like I said, just a reminder, keep up with your health, keep up with your screenings. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have been doing that. And let me know in the comments below how busy you are in your mid 40s, maybe in your 30s, looking into this too. And you're probably busy with your kids if you have kids. And yeah, if you guys could like and subscribe to the channel and take a look at my previous video. And everyone, have a great day. Thanks.